So at this time, I want to take a look. I think we are working on some series of Excel assignments, right? We had a automobile case, then we have amortization, then we have third one, what we call pivot tables. Okay, so I want to take a look pivot table. Then we can move on to whatever question you may have. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So okay, great. Let me share my screen. There you go. All right. Let me open up the data file, which is big data. All right. All right. So here's what we have. We have campaigns, worksheets, and well, what's the column A actually? Yeah, company name. Yeah. Company name is column A. Column B, type of social networking services. Then description of campaign that they are working on. Then the month of the campaign, then how many responses they got from the campaign. All right. Then we have like we're supposed to have hundreds, but I think I made it pretty short. Original data set I had was like thousands of them, but somehow I think I made it shorter. All right. So based on the question, where's my question go? I think I understand the question. First step, I think, was insert Excel table. Okay, so if you recall, I know it's a long time ago, while you kind of forget how to insert Excel table. Excel table in Excel is just you try to create an area as a kind of a separate table. It's already a table, but you have another table within. You know, that's how you think as Excel table. Then that particular table will work as a group. So it's very convenient. You can do quickly sort, filtering, and other format very quickly rather than doing it individually. So that's the idea of using Excel table. So I'm going to insert Excel table. So go to Insert tab. Then you're going to click Table here in the toolbar. And then ask you to confirm. All you have to do is just click OK. Basically highlighting entire area in these worksheets. Then you click OK. So what you get is just some shades with all multiple columns. Then you have what they call filter drop down here. You can remove it actually. If you go to here at the top, Table Design tab, and you have Filter button. So you can remove it if you don't like it. Okay. Same thing with other choices. But default is just giving you this filter button or filter drop down. All right. Anyway, so that's the way creating Excel table. But this table, you're going to give it a name. So we're going to give a name in the here table name box, right here in the toolbar. So the direction was campaigns TBL. That's kind of shortened. Campaigns table. They make it campaigns TBL. T is the uppercase. But notice that there's one word. So many of object name in Excel and other Microsoft product, they allow to use only one word, not two words. So that's why you don't have any space between. So make it campaigns TBL. Then I'm going to press enter. So this area becomes campaigns TBL, this entire area. Okay. So that's the first step. I think that's the second step or third step, if it's not the first step. Then we're going to make a copy of this worksheets. So I'm going to right click over campaigns. Then I'm going to click move or copy. Then I'm going to click, I'm going to just click this box so that I can create a copy. Then I'm going to create copy at the end. So that's how I get there. Then click OK. So there's a copy I just made. Then we're going to name it as, let me take a look what I have so that I can name it. Filter with the total row. Okay, so the second worksheets, we're going to name it filter with total row. Okay, idea is here in this tab, you're going to create a total at the bottom. Total or whatever the calculation you can do. Okay, like a average, count, all those statistical stuff. So I'm going to just click. I'm going to go back to table design at the top. Then I'm going to click total row here. See that this option? Click the box right by total row so that they give you calculation. So we're going to do the average this time. Average. Then we're going to change here the bottom of responses column. We're going to click average. So that's the number, that's the average for responses. But somehow I need to change this. I want to show as a average. Actually, I just rather type it in. This is just a label. It really doesn't matter. And this is the actual calculation that do the average. So that's the one trick you can do with table, Excel table. So you can do total row. You can do other things here. First column, last column, highlighted and banded row. So that's what you can do with here in toolbar. Right, and the next tab, I think was step after filter with total row, and there will be campaign subtotals, I believe. If I missed it, I'm going to go back, but let's work on campaign subtotals. Okay. Again, we keep copying from the original worksheets. So I'm going to go back to campaigns, make a copy. Then we're going to create a subtotal. Idea is we're going to create a subtotal for month and type, I believe. Yeah, month and type, meaning that we're going to have a subtotal for January, February, March. At the same time, we're going to find subtotal for Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, whatever, those social networks. So that's the idea of creating subtotals in this example. The first thing we need to do is we need to sort them, sort those columns so that the subtotal can be calculated. So I'm going to sort, bring in sort. Sort is on the data tab. So I'm going to click data tab. Sort is right there, the toolbar. So I'm going to sort by month first. So I'm going to click month and sort by how. Notice that month is not alphabetically ordered, right? You cannot. Month is like January, February, March, so it's kind of special sorting. So you go ahead and click here, drop down, then you click custom list so that you can find January, February, March in that order. Okay. Then you click OK. Right? So that's how you're going to appear. January, February, March in that order for month field. Then we're going to add a second field to sort, which is type. So I'm going to click add a level. Then I'm going to click type. And this one we can do alphabetical order, right? A to Z. All right. So what will happen is it's going to sort by month first. Then within month, you're going to sort by type alphabetically. All right. Then I'm going to click OK. So that's what happens. You see that January appears. Within January, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter. Same thing. February is appeared. Then Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter. Alphabetically ordered. Same thing. March. So that's how you're going to sort multiple fields at the same time. But anyways, that's something you need to do first before engaging subtotals. Now it's time to do subtotal so that we can get the subtotal for January, February, March, and all that. Oops. Then here we go. Make sure you're in the data tab. Then you're going to click subtotal. But notice that I need to maximize a little bit. See that my subtotal is grayed out, as you can see. The reason is this data set cannot work on subtotal because it is formatted as a table. That's kind of tricky part. So we need to convert this table into normal table. That's what we call convert to range. So make sure in the table design, then you look for convert to range. Again, the reason is this is table at this moment, so we cannot do subtotal. So we need to convert. So you're going to click convert to range. So confirmation, then you click OK or yes. Now we are back to normal range, normal sheets. It's not a table anymore. So that we can do subtotal. So go back to data tab, then do subtotal right here, the toolbar. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the month first. Okay. So each month we're going to show the sum. So sum is selected in the second box. Third area, that's what number you're going to use for this subtotal. We're going to use the responses, right? So responses check mark, then you click OK. So that's what you see here. January subtotal, February, March, all the way down. Then you have a grand total at the bottom. Right? So you got your subtotal for month. Now, can we add other subtotals? Yes, you can. For example, type, like Facebook, Pinterest, or type also can have subtotals. So you're going to go back to subtotal. Then we're going to just insert type as a second try. So first box must be type, function, the calculation, the sum again. Then what number you're going to use in the third box? Responses, which is the last column. Then here's a very important step. You need to take this off. This box says replace the current subtotals. Make sure it is off. Otherwise, it will write over what you have. So you're going to lose that January subtotals. The month subtotals. Okay, so make sure this is gone. Replace current subtotals box. Then you click OK. Right? So you have Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter within January. Same thing, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter within February and all that. Then at the bottom, you have that all different subtotals and grand total. All right, any question so far? Nope.
Not right now.
Okay, great. All right, moving on. Next, we're going to work on pivot table. Oh, which pivot table? Okay. All right. If you look at, I think this is the question. Yeah, here we go. If you look at number 4 in the direction, the handout, so we're going to work on pivot table chart by month. So we're going to show this pivot table as well as a chart right by it. Okay. So we're going to go back to the original worksheets, which is campaign. From here, when you insert pivot table, you go to insert tab. And pivot table is the first icon from the left. So click that. Then it's going to give you this box to name and the area as well as the worksheets we're going to create in the new worksheet or existing worksheets. We're going to create a new worksheet, so we'll leave it as it is. Then click OK. Then it'll give you a new worksheet, which is sheets number 3. So we're going to name this as a pivot table chart. Pivot table chart by, what is it? By month. All right, so in pivot table, this is the working area. The right side, you see all those fields. Those fields are available so that you can move on to this area. So by selecting it, Excel will automatically put in one of those sections. See that those sections, filter, column, row, values. Okay, so depending on how you're going to organize this, for example, if you just move this thing around, then as you can see, things are getting, interesting. So you can just move things back and forth and see which one you like. And then eventually you're going to have some number field so that numbers will represent sum, which is the default. You can always change to average other calculations, as you can see. So that's the idea of using pivot table. So in this example, we're going to have a type, we're going to have a month, and we'll have a responses. So let's do that. Type, month, responses. However, this is important. Where are you going to put which field is go to which section? So type goes to column so that the month go vertically, then type goes horizontally, right? Type is our Facebook, Pinterest, or social networking. So that's what we wanted, okay? If it's not what you want, you can always, change it the other way around. If that's what you want, that, you just move it around between these columns, between these fields. So this is what we want. So here we go. Then we're going to insert chart, pivot chart. What we call pivot chart is available here in the toolbar. So I'm going to click pivot chart. Then I'm going to click line. That's what we want. Then we're going to click OK. So that's the pivot table and pivot charts based on the pivot table. Then, of course, you got other things you can do with formatting. So you do is design, then apply different style. Same thing with the chart. You can work with design, then apply different style, and so forth. Okay. So that was the step 4. Let's do step 5. Step 5 is response. Actually, let's do step 6 because it's more difficult. Okay, so let's do step 6 instead, which is the last step, which is pivot table response by name. Okay. All right, so go back to original worksheets, then copy. Then we're going to name it. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not the step, right? The step is insert pivot table. Just I made a mistake, so I'm going to delete it. So from the original, we're going to insert pivot table. So insert pivot table, click OK. Then here's the new worksheets. Then we're going to name it as pivot table response by name. All right, so idea is we're going to create pivot table with name of each company, then sum of responses, then percent of responses based on the total responses. Okay. Give me 1 second. I think somebody's trying to talk to me. Right. I'll go back to again to pivot table responses, pivot table. So idea is we're going to insert name of the company, number of responses, and percent of responses in the third column. But how are you going to do that? Then you're going to insert one more time with responses. So you just drag responses to the value section. Because value section, you can do calculations, okay? Column, rows are just switching, positions, but value section will give you calculation. So what you're doing is, again, drag responses one more time to value section, then make the second one as percent. Okay, so just click the second one, click value field settings. Then we can change this label as percent of response. Then we're going to change this tab to show value as and look for percent of different kinds of percent because we have column, row, grand total, and depending on what number you're going to use. So let's use total, row total, no, column total. Okay. Oops. Percent of column total, which is the total located at the bottom of the column. Okay. So make sure you have a percent of column total and you have a label as percent of responses. And that's it. And actually, we can make it 2 decimal places. So I'm going to go ahead, click number format and make sure it is 2 decimal places. It's good. Then I'm going to click OK. Again, OK, so that I have my percentage set up. Right? Then we have 2 items beside pivot table. which is located right. Where is it? Oh, here. Slicer. Insert slicer. Okay. Slicer is just another type of user interface, like buttons or box, so that you can use this to select items. So type and month will be added. So we have two slicers. One is type, the other is for month. So what you're doing is you just select whatever item you want, then the number will show based on your selection. For example, you want to select Facebook. So that's based on the Facebook. And January, that's the number for January in Facebook. Same thing, Pinterest, based on February. So that's the idea of using different interface, in this example, slicer. So if you're done with this, then you're going to click clear filter so that you get the original data set. All right? So that's some examples for creating pivot tables. I think that's as much I can do. Even though I skipped 5, I think you can do it based on other examples. So any question about this exercise, Excel 3?
Professor Park, I just had a question. I didn't see, unless I overlooked it. Are we saving it as big data dash our last name?
Right.
Okay. Okay.
That's right.
Thank you.
Sure. Any other questions?
I guess we're gonna talk more as it gets a little closer, but with these assignments, like the Excel assignments and such, are we gonna those gonna be on the tests, kind of like relating to like knowing the formulas, or is that just gonna be more about the information from the book?
Good question. Excel. The reason we are introducing Excel is Excel is a prerequisite for this course. Excel is widespread using in any workplaces these days. So that's why I pick it up. But it's not going to be part of tests. But I think it will appear in the final. I think that's how I'll make it this time. In the final, rather than having proctored, it will be unproctored, but it will be combination of Excel and other questions.
Okay, cool.
All right. Yes. Any other questions? So, any kind of question you have or comment, problems, let me know.
Great.
Everything's good?
Yes, very good.
But make sure check your grades. I think I graded at least 2 or 3 items. At least 3 items. So go back to grades and check the score and feedback. If you don't see any feedback, means you're good. Okay. So just check your grades and let me know if you see any oversights. All right.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, then we'll see you next time, okay?
Yes.
All right, bye-bye.
All right. Take care.